Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayshawn and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. You already know your girl is back with another story time. Based on the title, you know exactly what I'm about to talk about. This is the last video for the month of love, aka February. So make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, and double check to make sure you are following me on Instagram and TikTok at Kayshawn with 3 E's. But without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Let's go. All right, y'all. So, boom. Let me tell y'all about this time. Now, this kind of happened a minute ago, but not too long ago because it happened while I was on YouTube, and I've only been on YouTube for about 2 years. So, let me tell y'all. So, I'm dating this guy. Well, let me tell y'all how I met the guy, right? One day I'm with my homegirl. Now, with me and my homegirl, this is one of my closest friends. We always make sure that we do like at least once a month, like a friendship date. Meaning like we might go out to eat, go grab drinks, go to the bar, bowling, movies, like somewhere where we kind of get together at least once a month. Because, you know, as you get older, you know, you don't see your friends all the time because, you know, life be lifing and some people got kids, some people in relationships, you know, all that good stuff, right? So we still try to make time for each other. So on one of our monthly like meetups, we decided to go to like a little bar or whatever. Well, it was really like a restaurant, but you know how you can sit at the bar. So we go up to the bar and we're sitting at the bar. We eating our food, we ordering our drinks, you know, doing the regular degular schmegler thing we do, right? So we're sitting there, we're talking, and the bartender, like, you know, he was making like good conversation with us. So like I'm thinking he just being his normal, like probably friendly self because, you know, he the bartender. He wanna make sure he get a nice tip, or he probably just making conversation just to make conversation, right? I don't know. You know, he talking to us, we talking to him, we just talking about whatever we talking about, who knows, like just small conversation. You know, he had a good conversation. I was looking at him like he was kind of cute or whatever, but like I wasn't paying no mind. So, you know, we just talking and it's time for us to go. So, you know, we get our bills and, you know, we tip him. So, you know, we about to get up. We put on our jackets and stuff. We about to get up and leave. And he like,
Wait, hold up. Before you leave, like, I ain't trying to impose, but like, can I get your number?
so I'm looking like who he talking to because mind you, me and my homegirl, we sitting right next to each other, right? So I'm like, oh, who he talking to? Like, you know, like what are you talking about? So I'm like, oh, who? And he like,
You, I'm talking to you.
and I'm like, oh, okay, like, whatever. Like, I guess, like, I ain't really tripping about it, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, you can get my number. I get him my number. And I'm like, all right, you know, hit me up. And we leave. So we leave or whatever. That night happens, right? So when he got off of work, you know, it was kind of a little bit later on. He started texting me and stuff like that. So, you know, we texting. Y'all already know. Y'all already know the normal drill. How old are you? This, and that, blah, 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 blah. All this good stuff, right? So we texted, and then the next day, you know, he asked to see me. So I'm just like, okay, you know, whatever. Mind y'all, I always gotta let y'all know this is summertime because I don't know why, but like summertime vibes is just so different than like the wintertime. You know, during the summertime, you always out. You in the streets, you having fun. It's pool parties, it's day parties, it's parties, it's clubs. Like everything is intensified in the summer. So for whatever reason, dating in the summer opposed to dating in the winter, it's just different. It's a whole different vibe. So when he invited me out the next day, I already got plans to be in the streets because, like I said, it's the summertime. It's hot. So he invited me out, and I told him like, yeah, like I can see you tomorrow, but I got this barbecue that I'm going to, but it's at my like friend, like you know, it's on her block. Like her uncle live in the hood, so he be having like barbecues and stuff like that. I think I mentioned her one time before, if I'm not mistaken, in the he lied about being a kingpin story time. I believe I told y'all like my homegirl uncle always be doing like barbecues or having like a lot of stuff in his house. I think it's that story, but if it's not, cool, whatever. But it might be that story. So that homegirl, her uncle be throwing barbecues, parties and stuff. Like his block, like just be jumping. So I was telling him like, yeah, you know, I'm going to my uncle. I had just said my uncle as well because, like I said, I've been knowing him for a long time. So I be calling her uncle my uncle. So I'm just like, yeah, my uncle was throwing like you know a little block party slash barbecue, like nothing too big, but like he always, you know, people always on the block. So I'm like, I'm going over there tomorrow, but like you can always pull up on me. And he like,
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Like when I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, whatever. Just send me the address. I'll pull up on you.
So I'm like, all right, bet. So, we finished texting and stuff. Like, I was just telling him, like, yeah, he just be throwing these parties, like, on the block, like, the hood come out, da da da. Like, we just talking. Now we just having a regular conversation. So cool. So the next day happens. So, I get ready, I get dressed, I head over there kind of early. Like, I feel like the party kind of started at about 5 or 6, and I went over there about 4 p.m. because I like to get over there early and eat before all the rag shacks come, all the little hoodlums and the hood rats come and eat up the food, because I don't like picked over food. Like, I want to be one of the first people to dig into the food. So I like to get over there early because he started cooking early and stuff like that. So me and my friend, we pull up early about 4:30 ish, and we go over there, we eating and stuff, so we chilling, and eventually, more people start spilling in, because it was already kind of like a lot of people. See, it be crazy because the block, a lot of people just live on that block, so that block just always look popping, like, no matter what. So the block was already like, it was already a lot of people outside. You got kids on the bike and stuff, like playing hopscotch in the front of the houses. Like, the block was already lit, right? So, me and my homegirl, we go over there, we eat. So now we just kind of like sitting on the front porch. People start spilling in and stuff like that. So cool. So we on the front porch, we laughing, we talking with whoever else is there. A lot of people, I know them by face because I've been over here a couple times. So, we all just talking, catching up, laughing, they shooting dice. It's just like a regular day in the hood. Like, we just chilling, right? Eventually, oh, I just realized I never named him. We're gonna call him Ghost, okay? So eventually Ghost ends up hitting me up, like, hey, what's going on, blah blah blah. So we texting, and I just let him know, like, yeah, I'm on the block, is this block. Like, I just told him the block. I didn't even really give him no address. I just was like, I gave him an address, but it wasn't like the address to the person's house. It was like kind of down the street, like at this, it's an abandoned house on the corner, and still got the address up there. So I gave him the address to the abandoned house on the corner, and I figured, like, once he get here, I'll be like, come down, some more, because I already don't like giving out my address. So I'm definitely not about to give out nobody else's address and stuff, like, because I don't really know him. I just met him yesterday, right? So I tell him, like, yeah, you can come pull up. And he like, who you with? And I'm like, it's really just me and my homegirl. But I'm like, everybody here, like, it's a lot of people here because, it's a barbecue. So, So he like, all right, that's cool. Like, I'm going to pull up on you. So I'm thinking Ghost is about to pull up on me. Like, and I'm going to go sit in the car for a minute. We're going to chop it up, talk, all that good stuff. So maybe an hour or so go by. He texted me like, I'm on a block, but which one is the house? So I'm just like, oh, what car you in? He tell me the car, and I'm like, oh, I see you. I'm like, come down. But I'm like, stop right where you at. You could park right there because, it's nowhere to park in front of the house because everybody here. So I start walking down. Me and my homegirl start kind of like walking towards down the street where he was at. So I'm walking down there, and I'm just like, well, come down here with me, homegirl, just to make sure, he not with nobody else. And if so, you could sit in with us. And then if it's just him, then, I'll just sit in by myself. So me and my homegirl, we walking down the street. So like as we walking down the street to his car, our ice cream truck was like coming down the street. So one of the kids like stopped us, really my homegirl, and was like, homegirl, can you buy me an ice cream? Can I have $1 for an ice cream? Y'all know how the kids on the block like to beg and stuff like that. Like, so, they stop us. So y'all know I'm a sucker for the kids. So when her and her two little brothers or two little cousins, I don't know who the two little boys is. They just kids on the block. When they stopped us, I'm like, okay, this is back when you really could get something for $1 off the ice cream truck. Nowadays that shit went up to like $3, $3.50. But so we gave them a couple singles that way they could stop the ice cream truck and get some ice cream. So like as we digging in like my purse or whatever, because I had on like just a crossover, so I'm digging in my purse getting stuff, and I hear a horn beep. So I kind of looked up just cause when you hear a horn beep, you kind of look. So I'm thinking like, oh, maybe it's the cars coming down the street. Maybe they beeping around to go around the ice cream truck. I ain't think nothing of it. So I'll go back in my purse, whatever. Then I hear another one like beep beep. I'm like, I hear it coming from this direction in front of us. So I look up and I'm just like, and I see a hand out the window like this. So I'm just like, I knew, the window rolled down. So I knew it was Ghost. So I'm like, I see you. Like, I yell like, I see you. Like, hold up. So I go back on my purse. I'm like, here you go, little Ashley or whatever. So I'm counting out like how many singles I had. I had 3. So I gave it to them or whatever. And he like, beep, baby boy. So I look up like, what the fuck? Like, I literally said that because I'm like, I'm realizing that he beeping his horn at me. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, here y'all go. Go ahead, whatever. The kids walk away. So we walking up to the car. Me and my homegirl, I'm already looking at her like, I know this nigga ain't beeping a fucking horn at me. Like, now I instantly get irritated because you see what I'm doing. Why is you beeping the horn? At first, I thought you was beeping it to let me know, like, oh, this me in a car. But once I realized that it was already you already told me you in a black SUV or whatever, let's just say. And I told you that I saw you. So why is you beeping the horn? So, I walk up to the car, whatever. I see Ghost. Ghost got a car full of niggas. Like, I mean, literally a car, like 4 niggas is in a car. So I look and I'm like, why'd you beeping the horn? Like, I see you. He like,
Nah, man, cause like you was taking a long time.
I said, but you seen what I was doing. I was giving the kids some money for the ice cream truck. Like, don't fucking beep your horn at me. Like, I instantly got an attitude, y'all, because who the fuck, baby boy, get it together. So he like,
No, no, my bad, little baby. Like, I ain't mean it like that. I just didn't know if you seen my car or not. I see it's a lot going on.
I'm like, it's like 6 p.m. Like, I see your car. It's bright outside. You said you was in a black SUV. I see you. Like, what the fuck? Like, don't beep your horn 3 times at me, nigga. Like, I see you. I'm trying to look out for the kids. Get my blessings, if you don't mind. So I'm like, and I didn't know you was coming this deep. So he like,
Oh yeah, I had to bring the homies. You said it was a block party all in the hood. Like I ain't know like what type of people was gonna be over here.
and I'm like, well, I told you what it was. I said, this ain't that type of party. Like, this is like a family type thing. Like, it ain't no like hood shit. Like, yeah, we in the hood. But like, everybody knew not to have no static at this uncle house. Like, this is the uncle of the hood, like of the block. You know how you have a grandma at a block, or like, somebody you just look out. Like, this uncle, he was well respected. So like it was never really no drama. Everybody knew, like, you don't come to uncle house on that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain. But so I was like, well, it's none of that. I'm like, you could have just asked me, and if you felt uncomfortable, then we could have just met somewhere else. You could have been like, nah, have your fun at the barbecue, pull up on me later. Like, you know what I mean? I respect the streets. Like, I respect if you feel like you from one hood and you don't know the other hood, you don't want to be in somebody else's hood. I respect that shit. So like, my thing is, you over here trying to gang bang out and you slinging sex on the beaches in Long Island throughout the day. So I didn't know it gave gang banger at night. Okay, because you was just making green tea shots earlier. But okay, I ain't judging no hood dudes that want to have a 9 to 5 or work a regular job or whatever. A lot of the hood dudes, they be having to work a regular job for their probation officer or to have a job on paper. Like, I understand all of that, but 9 times out of 10, they don't do bartending because whatever. I don't know. But like, I wasn't tripping. I wasn't mad. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I thought, I'm like, so you want to get out the car? He like,
Oh no, baby, no, baby girl. I can't do that. Like we game banged out right now. Like I don't know who hood this is. I don't want to get out the car and just be sitting on anybody's porch.
so me and my homegirl looking like, I'm like, it's not just anybody, it's my uncle. Like, so I said, well, that's cool, but how we gonna sit in a car and you came 4 deep? Like, what you gonna make one of the homeboys get in the back and then I sit in the front and your 3 homeboys in the back? Like, I don't wanna be with all y'all because now it's nowhere for my homegirl to sit. And it's like, why did you bring 3 other guys with you? Like, what are you doing? Well, what you wanna do? Because I'm like, I can't fit in the car with y'all. And if you don't want to get out, how we supposed to chill? So I'm like, well, it's a park up there. Like, you want to go up to the park and like just kind of like, you know how people just like chill on the swing sets or just chill like on the benches or like at the tables. So I'm like, you want to go up there? Because it's only across the street and like a little bit down. So I'm like, you want to go up there? He like,
No, baby, I don't think you understand. Like this is not my hood, so I don't want to get out the car in a hood that's not mine.
and I said, well, baby, I don't think you understand. I don't understand what was your point of pulling up on me if you're not going to chill with me because I can't get in the car with you and you won't get out. So what is your point? And he like,
Well, I just really want to see you, just to pull up on you, give you a little hug and a kiss.
a hug and a kiss? I'm like, did we just meet yesterday? Wait, am I mistaken? We just met yesterday. You talking about you pulling up to get a hug and a kiss? not even just a hug, like a hug and a kiss. So I'm like, I'm like, when did we discuss that? Like, what? And he like,
Hold up. Let me park and get out real quick, cause I know you want to hug me.
who? I'm like, y'all, I'm really sitting here like this, scratching my head, like. So my homegirl was like, "You good, girl? Like I'm gonna walk back to the house." So I'm like, "Yeah, girl, you good?" Cause I just ain't want her to be standing there while me and him hug or whatever we talk. Like it was good. I'm only a couple houses down, so I'm like, okay. So she walked back down. Ghost get out. He kind of parked the car. He get out. So me and him like, he get out. He hugged me. But when he hugged me, he hugged me and he picked me up and kind of like swung me around. So I did one of those things where you pop your leg up because you getting picked up and he tall. So I had my legs up, whatever. So I didn't really mind the hug, but like, so because he said something about a kiss, so I didn't mind the hug, but I knew he was gonna try to kiss me or whatever. So when I hugged him, I try to like get down, but like look this way, like we hugging like this. I'm all like kind of in his neck. Then I try to get down like this, and he like. I'm looking this way to wait for him to put me down, and he like,
Like, look, come here, look over here.
and I'm like, huh? I'm like, go ahead, put me down, like, put me down. Y'all, he put me down. So I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to step back. Y'all, he grabs my neck, bring me closer, and kiss me. Now the kiss was kind of nice. I know, you know how some people lips they just like feel like butter, like they just melt into your lips, and they like not too big but not too little, like the perfect amount of juiciness. I ain't gonna lie, the kiss was kind of nice. But no, don't kiss me, sir. I don't know you. Like, why would you grab my neck? The things that I like, y'all ain't gonna mind. Like, I'm just mad because I like the way he did it, but he wasn't supposed to do it. You get what I'm saying? You know when you ain't supposed to be doing something, but it feel good? Like, the kiss felt nice, but I didn't want to necessarily kiss him. Do that make sense? Like, I ain't mad that you kind of did, but I am kind of mad because I don't know you, sir. I just met you yesterday. Why are you kissing me? I honestly, y'all, I do not like kissing just anybody. Like, no. But at least, even though he snuck the kiss, at least it was a good kiss, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of nice. I started to be like, wait a minute, baby. Wait, hold up. Let me kiss you a little bit more because it was feeling kind of good. But I was like, once he already like pulled me close and kissed me, it was like a quick like, it wasn't like a quick pat, but it was like mwah, like that. And he let me go. I was just looking like, I was like, like, hold up, kiss me again. Oh no, don't kiss me again. Wait a minute. I was just like, oh, don't be kissing me like that. Like when we start kissing or whatever. So he like,
Like, what's up? Like, what's up with you? You looking good. Like, go ahead, turn around, whatever.
so I'm just like, okay, it got a little 360, but you know what I'm saying? So no, but I'm like, okay, so like he spin me around, whatever. So I ain't had nothing on but like some little shorts and like a crop top or a tube top. Y'all know me. I barely wear any clothes anyways, but so I ain't really had nothing on. So he like,
Ooh, okay, little Sierra, I like that.
so I'm like, wait, what? I know y'all know Sierra, like Sierra, my goodie Sierra. So he called me that. So I'm just like, well, wait a minute, don't call me that because back in the day they used to say Sierra was a boy, and I'm not a boy. So no, I love me some Sierra. Do not ever come for my good 1-2 step sis. Okay, but I was slim like Sierra, and y'all know if y'all seen Sierra body type, like she's slim. She don't really got no big boobs, no big butt, and that's how I was kind of built. Back then, well, still really now. Okay, because God just ain't want to bless me with a nice little body, but whatever. We're gonna move it along. I'm still taking y'all niggas out there, so nah. But he was like, yeah, okay, little Sierra. So I'm like, my goodies, not my goodies. And he like,
Oh, okay. Can I have some of your goodies?
wait, hold up, now what? It was just a song. It was just a song. Hold on, calm down. So, we just sitting there talking, and I don't know. Because I was going to bring some shit back up. Even though the mood had kind of changed. I'm like, but why would you beeping your fucking horn at me? Because I ain't like that. Don't ever beep your horn at me, sir. Like, I wasn't over it. And he like,
man, stop playing. Like, come here. Like, you still on there. Let that go.
And he like grabbed me by my neck again and like pulled me close. I know y'all, a lot of y'all can be like, he seems controlling. That he keeps grabbing you by your neck, y'all. I like that shit. So take that controlling stuff somewhere else. Y'all gotta get that to the next bitch who don't like that. You grabbing my nigga, grabbing me by my neck or pulling me close. I like that. So I ain't tripping about that, right? But he kept pulling me close. Now, mind you, he tall. So he pulling me close, trying to kiss me again. I'm like, okay, now ghost. Wait a minute now. We ain't gonna keep kissing. Not just yet, just wait a minute. So he pulling me close. He was one of those guys that used to sag like heavy. And I actually hate that. I hate guys that sag like so much to the point that like I see your whole ass, like the whole, like why is your jeans underneath the cup of your ass? Like why is your whole ass out? Then you got the nerve to have these little small white t-shirts on that's above. Like it's just too much going on. So he used to sag a lot to the point like his whole front area would kind of be out. Like his jeans would be so low. So when he kept pulling me close to him, let's just say I could feel what he was working with because I ain't had no choice because it was just right there and it was kind of like out in a sense. It wasn't out like he pulled it out, but it's out because instead of me feeling like your boxers and then your jeans, I only feel your boxers because your jeans are so fucking low. You know what I mean? So I'm up on it and I'm not really feeling nothing. And I don't really like that. Normally even when it's soft, you could still feel a little something or the bowl or you could still see a little bit what somebody is working with and it was like I didn't feel much at all. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that per se. So I'm thinking like I know your name is Ghost, but is your little snake Ghost too? Where is it at? I'm looking for it. Where's Casper at? It's giving very much Casper. I can't see it, Can't feel it, I'm glad I can't smell it, so that's good. But and because he's so tall, I'm kind of like at his waist, so it's kind of like, where's that? But anyways, I ain't really tripping about it, cause we ain't even on that anyway, so it's cool. We hugging a little bit. We a little bit hugged up, not too much, because I'm still not really knowing how to feel about this situation because he cool, but like some of the stuff he was doing was throwing me off, right? So we chilling outside the car or whatever for like a little bit, and I told him like, I'm like, you cool or whatever, but he all looking around. He like
I'm gonna have to go on a little bit shorty because this block a little too hot. Like there's people everywhere running around and it's too much going on.
and it was a lot going on, but I told you it was a fucking block party, like slash barbecue slash everybody in the hood is just out because it's the summertime. So yeah, it was a lot going on this block. So I understood. I'm like, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool or whatever. Like, I just catch up with you later. So he hugs me again, whatever. He get in the car. He like,
All right, little mama, just pull up to my house later.
but he said it like I knew where he stayed at, or like he had already been talking to me, or like I don't know. He just said it as if he wanted to make it seem like we had already been talking, and I was confused because I'm like, we just met yesterday. But I'm like, just hit me up or whatever, and I start walking down the street. He pulls off and whatever. I go back and I sit on the porch with my homegirl, and I'm just like, he cool, but he look weird. Like, I don't understand or whatever. And she like, yeah, he wasn't like that last night. Because, mind you, this is the homegirl I was with last night. I'm like, right, he seemed more cool and more chill last night at the bar. But, like, he a little turned up now. So, we just talking about that or whatever. So, me and Ghost, we kind of continue talking or whatever, texting and stuff like that. But whatever. We had fun that night, me and homegirl. I leave, I go home. I go home, whatever, because I got like a little tipsy there. So I went straight home and like I took my shower because when you outside all day and you're around barbecue, you start smelling like barbecue outside. They had fish and everything. Like it was too much going on. So I go home, I take my shower. I get in the bed because I'm not thinking I got any plans for the night. Even though he told me to pull up on him later, I wasn't really thinking about him. Like I didn't end up kind of getting drunk, so I wasn't really worried about him. By the time I like get out my shower and kind of chill, I seen that he had already texted me twice, but I wasn't really on my phone, so I wasn't paying attention, right? So I finally lay down, so I get to texting him back, and it's like as soon as I text him back, he called me. So I answered. I'm like, "What's up?" He like,
where you at? I'm on my way home. Pull up.
So I'm just like, oh well, like I'm like I already took a shower and I'm laying in the bed and stuff. Like I think I'm in for the night. Like my bad. He like,
wow, though I thought we already had these plans. Like I told you to pull up on me. Like why would you get comfortable and why you staying in the house?
so I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, well, we didn't necessarily have plans. I'm like, you just told me to come, but like, I end up getting a little bit, too drunk. So like, I took my shower and I'm laying down, like, what the fuck? So he like,
all right, that's cool. Like it ain't no big deal. Like I just come pick you up.
I'm like, no, that's cool. Like, I'm just really in. I'm like, probably I could pull up on you tomorrow, come kick it with you tomorrow. He like,
Nah, but why wait for tomorrow? What you can do today?
and I'm thinking like, why rush and do something today when it can wait for tomorrow? Nigga, what did you say? So he like,
But I'm not understanding why we gotta wait for tomorrow when we already had the plans for today.
and I'm like, nigga, because I said so. Because, like, I ain't about to keep going back and forth with you. Like, we didn't have for sure plans for me to come over tonight. And even if we did, bro, plans change. Like, I took a shower. I'm relaxing. Y'all know once y'all take a shower, y'all get in y'all bed, especially when y'all been drinking, it's kind of like wraps. Like, I done ate, shower, I'm laying down, I'm comfortable. I don't really want to get back up to even come to your house. Like, I don't want to drive. I don't want you to come pick me up because I don't want you to know where I live at. So, it's just like, it's cool. I'll see you tomorrow. Ain't that's what Glorilla said? It's always tomorrow. What's the... Okay. But that's why she love tomorrow. I was just confused, like, what's so important about today? So I'm just like, yeah, ghost. I don't care what you say, how you try to flip it, smack it, and rub it down. It ain't happening today. It gotta be tomorrow, okay? So I'm just like, so he like,
Oh man, like you not even that tired. Like you don't even drink for real.
how the fuck you gonna tell me that I don't drink for real? Like you really know me. One, two, even if I wasn't drunk, even if I was just tired, bro, I said no. No means no. Last time I checked. So I'm like, it don't got nothing to do with none of that. Like I said, I'm tired. I said I ain't coming out. So that's what I meant. He like,
Oh man, you playing like you on bullshit. Like it's all good then. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
I was like, bye. So I'm like, okay, well, bye. So I hang up. So he called me back, whatever, but I ain't answering. He texted me like,
Why would you hang up on me?
and I'm like, well, you said like good night, like it's all good, like you'll see me tomorrow. Like I thought we was getting off the phone. He like,
No, dang, like you ain't even gonna make sure I get home safe or nothing. Like
and I'm like, oh well, you was acting like you didn't want to. Mind you, we texting. So I'm like, well, you was acting like you wanted to wrap the conversation up, so I wrapped it the fuck up. Okay, I wrapped it up. So he like,
alright man, bye.
so I didn't say nothing. Like I'm like, this nigga got an attitude. I don't know what's wrong with him. He be talking to me like we had a lifelong relationship already. Like he knew me for months. Like I'm not understanding. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I ain't care. I'm on my Instagram, whatever. I end up falling asleep. The next day happened, whatever. So he called me in the morning. So I didn't answer because I'm like, damn, I'm just getting up. Like, ugh, give me a minute to wake up. I don't want to talk this early. Like I didn't ignore it, like press decline. I just ignored it, like I didn't answer. So I get up, I'm brushing my teeth, washing my face, or whatever. I come back to my room because my phone was still on the charger on my dresser. I see 3 missed calls. So I'm like, so I text him like, "What's up?" So he called again. So I'm like, "Oh my god, like damn nigga, if you call me and you see I text you, don't call me back." Obviously, I can't talk. Even if I can't talk, I'm letting you know that I can't talk. So he called me, so I answer. I'm like, "Hello." He like,
Man, baby, like what's going on? Like why you not answering your phone?
and I'm like, I was in the bathroom. Like, why are you calling me? Like, why you blowing me up so many times? So he like,
Don't act like that. Don't act like a nigga can't call you.
I'm like, no, I didn't say you couldn't, but I was just saying like, what's up? Like, why? What's up? It's because I'm like, it got to be a reason why you calling me this many times this early. So what's going on? What's tea? You could tell that he was in a car. Like, so he like,
Damn, I ain't know I had to want something to call my baby in the morning. Damn, I just can't see if you had a good morning, if you wanted breakfast. Like, I mean, did you dream about me last night?
so I'm like, at this point, like I said, I noticed he in the car. I can hear that I'm on like the aux because that echo. So I'm just like, no, no, and no. I'm not having a good morning because you blowing me right now. No, I don't want to go out for breakfast, and no, I didn't dream about you last night because now you're getting on my nerves. So he like,
Damn, okay, like I'm with the homies right now. Like, I'm gonna pull up on you later because obviously you need some of that good because you did not wake. You see what happened when you don't wake up next to me in the bed? You wake up cranky and moody and stuff. But I got something for you later. Don't worry about it. All right, baby, I'm gonna call you later.
and he hangs up. I'm like, oh no, this nigga is tripping. Like, okay, you obviously in the car with your friends. I don't know if you're trying to impress them or what you're trying to do, but sir. So I just was like, you know what? I used to do a thing where I just silence people. Like, I don't block them. I just put their notification on silence because it's just like, just gone, right? So mind y'all, a couple of days went by or whatever. He had been texting me, but I haven't really been replying. Like, I reply every blue moon. Like, if he say what you doing, I tell him what I'm doing. Then he'd say something back, and then I stop texting and stuff like that. So one day, he texted me, and we had been texting that day, and he told me he gotta go to work that night. So he like, you and your friends or whatever come up to the bar. Like, I'm gonna get y'all some shots and stuff like that. Like, pull up on me. So, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm going to come with my homegirls. I only came with my two homegirls, whatever. I'm like, we'll go up there and get shots. So, we pull up. We go up there. I see he at work. We talking a little bit. I'm really talking to my homegirls because this night it was busy. So, he couldn't really sit and talk to us like that. So, he, going back and forth, like, checking on us, but going down to the other end of the bar to make sure, he get his customers and stuff like that. So, we talking, like, I'm, well, like, me and my homegirls, we talking, we getting shots, we drinking. And one of my subscribers, oh my God, my supporters, like, my thing is, a lot of times people be either awkward or scared to come up to me. But my one subscriber came up to me, and this was a boy, y'all. Like, and it's so crazy because not that I don't. It's crazy because I don't think a lot of boys watch me. Well, really, a lot of boys don't. So when I see a boy subscriber, like, I really do be excited. I be excited to see all of y'all, don't get me wrong. But it's something about when I see, like, a boy or a man subscriber that watch me. It's just like, oh, like, especially, like, a straight male. Like, no offense to nobody. But, like, a lot of times, like, I get a lot of girls or I get a lot of, like, gay men and stuff that watch me. And I love everybody. But, like, I don't see a lot of straight men, like, sitting there watching Storytimes or, whatever. So when he came up to me, like, mind you, we're sitting at the bar and like Ghost is going back and forth, like he'll stop talk to us for a minute, and then if somebody need him, he'll go there and come back. So while he was down there, a guy came up to me. Mind you, he looked like a regular straight dude or whatever. He come up to me and he's like, Kay? And I'm like, so I turn around because, like, normally if it's a supporter or a K-star, y'all will say like K Shine. And then like my friends or family call me K. So when he just said K, I'm thinking like, oh, do you know me? So he's like, hey K. So I turn around, I'm like, hey, like, I know you. And he was like, I watch you. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm like, you a supporter. I'm like, oh, thank you so much or whatever. So now that I know that, he watched me from YouTube, I'm like, can I hug you? He's like, yeah, whatever. So we hug. And he's telling me, like, a lot of times when y'all meet me, y'all be like, oh, I love that Kingpin story time. I love that time you told a lie with Fit. I love, like, y'all start kind of bringing up my story times and stuff like that. So I'm just kikiing with him, like, oh, yeah, like, I love that too. That was funny. Like, haha, whatever. Mind you, as I'm talking to my subscriber, supporter, I do notice that Ghost is walking back up. So now he's just in front of us and he's just like waiting. He's like listening to me talk. So my subscriber is like, yeah, continue to do your thing. Like, I love your videos. I love watching your videos. Like, man, like, do your thing, girl. Like, something along that line. So, I'm like, okay, thank you. Thank you for support and bye. He walk away. So mind you, so then I look back in front of me, I see Ghost there. So I'm like, oh yeah, Ghost, can we get another round or whatever? And he like,
Nah, I think y'all good.
I'm like, why? Mind you, we only had two shots or whatever. Like, I mean, two like rounds of shots. So yeah, two shots. And I'm like, well, why? I'm like, I'll pay for it because, like, I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe he felt like he don't want to give us no more free shots and stuff like that. So I'm like, no, I'll pay for it. Like, I ain't tripping. Like, I'll pay for it. Just, ring it up. And he like,
Nah, like, I think you good.
and I'm like, how are you going to tell me that I'm good? I'm telling you I'm not good and that I want to drink some more. Like, what you talking about? So I'm like, what's wrong with you? So, mind you, it was this other girl, Brenda. That's her name. She don't, it don't matter, whatever, because when we had first came there and we was talking to Ghost, we noticed, like, she was over there talking to us for a little bit or whatever. So I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, Brenda, can you give me 3 shots of Patron or whatever? And like, I'll, like, brushed him off, like, going on, like, what the fuck? So he get mad and he like walk away back to the other end of the bar. So my homegirl's like, what's his problem? So I'm like, I don't know, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, he be doing a little weird shit, so I don't know and I don't care. So whatever. So I get my other shot, So Brenda bring me the shot and stuff. So my subscriber come back, y'all, and he like, can I take a shot with y'all? So I'm like, yeah, because I'm like that. And I'm glad he wasn't like the other subscriber that tried to fight me and act like she was going to buy me shots. And then he just asking he take a shot with us. So, because mind you, the bar that we at, you can do to go and like carry out as well. So he came back with his like carry out bag of like food. So he see we getting shots. So he asked, can he take a shot with us? So I'm like, yeah, give me. I'm like, you drink Patron? He like, yes. I'm like, get another shot of Patron. Mind you, I'm just assuming he's straight. I don't know if he's straight, gay. I don't care. Like, it didn't matter to me or whatever. So I'm like, I'll buy him a shot just off the strength of you supporting me. And, you watching my videos. I appreciate that. So I'm like, yeah, give us another shot. So Brandon pours another shot and comes over, and we like cheers. I'm cheersing with my subscriber and my two homegirls or whatever, and then the subscriber pull out his card and pay for it. So I'm like, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, I got you. Like, I would have had you. Like, don't worry about it. Because I had, at that point, I kind of started a tab because, we was probably going to do another shot or whatever. So I started a tab. So I'm like, go ahead. You got your carry out. Just go ahead. You good. He like, no, 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 no. Like, I love you. Like, trust me. Like, no. Like, I got you or whatever. And he brung up the subscriber story time. He like, I'm not going to be like, I forgot what I named her. I think Tanya. He like, I'm not gonna be like Tanya and not buy you a shot. I got you. And then we started laughing like kikiing about the story time. So he pays for us. So I'm like, oh my God, thank you. So I do give him another hug. So I'm just like, thank you. You didn't have to do that, blah, blah, blah. So he ended up leaving or whatever. And he the reason why I told y'all, like, if y'all want pictures, let me know. Because he left and he gonna DM me later like, oh my God, I wish I would have got a picture with you, but I was too scared to ask. Bro, we're taking whole ass shots together. I'm hugging you and you too scared to ask me for a picture. Because like I told y'all, I'm not going to offer a picture because who the fuck am I to be like, you want to take a picture with me? And then y'all going to be like, bitch, what the fuck? You ain't Beyonce? Like, why the fuck would I want to take a picture with you? So I never know. So if y'all don't ask for a picture, I'm not going to offer it. So I'm looking at him like, subscriber, friend, K-Star. Why you just ain't ask for no picture? We over here taking shots and you want to ask for a picture. So he the reason why I be telling y'all like now, like, if y'all ever want a picture, y'all got to ask. But whatever. So at this point, like, we get our other shots. We kind of chilling for a minute. I noticed that Ghost ain't really coming down there to talk to us no more. But like I said, I'm not tripping. I'm feeling good with my homegirls. Like, the bar that we at, they got music. So we, like, kind of dancing in our seat. We all on live. Y'all know I'm good to go live. I'm on live. We having a good time. I'm not really worried about him because obviously you have an attitude. And I'm not about to kiss your ass. Like, you be doing too much little weird shit. And I'm cool, right? So whatever. So I leave and I'm like, all right, Gus, I'm about to go. And he just was like, this nigga chucked the deuces up at me. And I said, oh, baby, you ain't got to worry about me because what the fuck? Like, you do not have to, we ain't got to worry about me. You do not have to worry about me because I know you ain't just chucked the deuces up. Like, he didn't say nothing or buy nothing. He was just like, bye. And I'm like, oh, bad. So, me and my friends, we leaving. And I'm laughing because, like I said, I thought it was funny. Like, nigga, you got a problem. Like, what's your problem? So, whatever, I left. Of course, I'm not about to hit him up and ask him what's wrong because you're a grown ass man. Like, if you feel some type of way about anything, which I don't know what, because at this time, I'm not thinking that I did anything because what did I even do? So I leave, y'all. I leave or whatever. So I'm not hitting him up. I carry on with my night. And like the next day, I don't know if it was the next day or 2 days later, but it was like within that 1 or 2 days, he texted me like,
Oh yeah, like I guess I should always start off by asking y'all what y'all do for a living.
so I'm like, who is y'all? Like, who is y'all? What are you talking about? He like,
I guess I forgot to ask you what you do for a living.
so I'm like, okay, why you mentioning that? Like, what are you talking about? Because mind y'all, at this point, and still to this day, for real, like, a lot of times when people ask me what I do, I still lie to them and say that I work at my old job because I don't like to really tell people like I do YouTube because, like, then they got a million and one questions or their motives might be different or I don't know. Everybody want to be a story time. It just be too much. So the easier thing for me is I still say I work at my old job. Like, I'm like, oh, I work at such and such. So, like, I don't really tell people that, like I do YouTube or whatever. So yeah, I'm asking him like, what are you talking about? Like, you want to know what I do for a living? Like, why you just ain't ask what you talking about? So he like,
That's what I'm saying. I guess I should have asked because I don't really fuck with people who do that.
and I'm like, who do what? I'm like, you didn't even ask me, and I didn't even tell you what I do. So what you mean, who do that? And he like,
Well, you ain't gotta tell me. I already know. Like I already know. That's why I ain't been talking to you for a couple days.
yeah, it was like actually, it wasn't even the next day. It had been like a couple days because I remember that text message verbatim when he was like, that's why I ain't been fucking with you for a couple days. So it had to be like 2-3 days later or whatever. He haven't been saying that to me. So when he said that, I was like, well, I don't really care why you not fucking with me. Like, if you don't want to fuck with me, it's cool. Like, I'm thinking like, cause I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? What's wrong with you? And he like,
No, it's not that I really liked you, but I don't do that. Like I don't do all of that shit. Like that's just weird. Like I like a classy woman.
so I'm like, what are you talking about? You like a classy woman. I'm like, how am I not classy? When did I display to you that I wasn't classy? When was I classless? Like, what you talking about? So I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. If you got something to say to me, just say it. And he like,
No, like I guess you ain't peeped that I noticed when old boy came up to you talking about your videos.
and I'm like, okay, I don't care if you did peep it. I was like, it was not nothing to hide. So I'm like, and what about it? He like,
Oh, okay, so like so what's your OnlyFans name?
what? Excuse me? I said, what? Literally wrote like, what? With a whole bunch of question marks. So he calls me and he like,
Man, that texting shit dead. Like I don't know why you trying to act dumb.
I hate when dudes say that. Why you acting dumb? Why you trying to act dumb? Bitch, ain't nobody acting dumb. If I'm confused, then I'm confused, baby. Either clear it up or clear out. Get the fuck on. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. But don't tell me I'm acting dumb, bitch. My bad, y'all. Hold up. Let me bring it back down. My bad, YouTube. I didn't cuss. I said bench. Bench. Like a bench you sit on. Like the thing you need to sit on YouTube, have several seats and stop coming for me in my videos. But anyways, but so he called me and I'm like, ain't nobody acting dumb. Number one, I said, if you got something to say, you need to say it. Like you want to beat around the bush. I ain't got time for this shit. Like I literally was like that. So he like,
I'm asking you, what's your OnlyFans? Because, like, he talking about how he like your videos and stuff like that. So, which one is you?
so I said, wait a minute, hold up. I said, you think I got an OnlyFans? He like,
Yeah, what other videos is a hood nigga gonna come up to you telling you he like?
cause he think like, I don't know. And like I said, I don't know if the dude was gay or not. That part don't really matter. But for me, the guy looks straight, and don't be asking me like, how do a person look gay? How do a person look straight? I don't know. I'm just telling you based off appearance, he looked like a hood straight dude. But when he would talk, he kind of gave a little bit of a sus, like, yeah, sis, I love your videos or whatever. So, but I guess when Ghost heard him, he didn't hear like the sus type voice, if that makes sense, y'all. I'm not trying to, I love everybody in the LGBTQ. Don't try to come for me. Don't be sensitive trying to act like, oh, I'm trying to stereotype people and being gay. I'm not. I'm just telling y'all what it was. So, because of his appearance, I guess when Ghost heard, like, I like your videos, he automatically thinking he like, what hood dude come and say he like your videos if it ain't on some OnlyFans like type sexual type stuff. So I'm like, nigga, I do not do OnlyFans. I said I don't have no OF. I said I do YouTube. Like I got YouTube videos. And he like,
YouTube, what? Nah, 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 nah. Don't try to clean it up like that nigga said he love your videos. So what kind of videos what kind of videos you got? What you reverse cowgirl? What you please don't tell me you like a superhead.
wait a minute. Cause now I feel like you coming for me. Now I feel like you assaulting me. Like now you asking what kind of videos I got. Like if I got backshot videos, if I'm giving the Gawk Gawk 3000 video. Who the hell you talking to, nigga? I mean, my bad. Okay, let me keep it cute. I said first of all, like I said, I do YouTube, and he was one of my supporters, one of my subscribers, and he said he liked my videos. But since you want to play it like this, I said it's a way that you ask somebody if you truly was confused and when you heard videos you thought OF, which is like it could have been understandable, but you could have just asked. You could have just asked like, oh, I heard him say something about videos. What kind of videos you got? And I would have just told you because he never even asked me what I did for work, so I didn't even have to like low key lie to him and say my old job like I normally did because he never even asked, so I never even said anything. So instead of you coming to me as a grown man and just saying, hey, I heard something about videos, what kind of videos do you do? And I would have been like, oh, since he already asked about the video, I would have just already just told him. I wouldn't even lie to him. I would have been like, oh yeah, I got a YouTube channel. That was one of my subscribers and we could have moved on. But the fact that you're just going to assume based off his appearance and just say like, oh, he said he liked your video, so you must got an OnlyFans. Baby girl, do I give OF? Do I give that vibe? I don't have a OF. I wish I did, because the way they be making money on there, shit, I might have to go that route. But the fact that you assume and then talking about what kind of videos you got, reverse cowgirls, golf it. Excuse me, bitch. Oh, I mean, like, I'm like, you know what? So I had sent him the link to my YouTube while we was on the phone. So I was like, nobody got to lie to you. Here go a link. This is what I do or whatever. So I guess he pulled it up and he looking like,
Oh shit, yeah, okay, I see your little videos. Okay, I see. Yeah, you got a couple of you got a lot of videos up here.
I'm like, yeah. So like I said, I do YouTube, but I said, you know what? We can go ahead and end this conversation because I said I'm highly offended and I don't like the way you approach this situation. And it basically just lets me know, like, when you're confused about something or you don't know something, this is the route you take instead of being a grown ass man and asking me a question and say, hey, is this, is this that? You want to just come at me and talk about, oh, I don't deal with unclassy people that got OnlyFans. Like, that's the way you came at me. And I don't appreciate that. So I was like, you know what? I'm good. Y'all hung up the phone. He calling me back, blowing me up. I ain't answering because I just didn't like that approach. Like, first of all, just ask me before you coming at me calling me unclassy and you don't like women like me and stuff like that. And if you give that, I can't date a woman like you should have just asked me what it was before you just start throwing shots at me. You get what I'm saying? So I hung up. He texted me like, no, let me explain. Answer the phone. Da, da, da. Yeah, I'm going ghost on him. Just like he ghosted me for those 3 days. Now I'm going ghost on him because I'm good on you. You already doing weird vibes from the beginning. And the fact that even at the bar, instead of you addressing something and asking me something, because even at the bar, you could have asked me real quick, like, oh, what videos you do? And I would have been like, oh, I got a YouTube channel. And then you could have been like, oh, okay. And we could have finished on with our, the fact that you had an attitude and didn't want to say something at the bar and you chucked up the deuces. Oh, let me run them bitches right back at you. Chuck up the deuces right back to you. Okay? Because now you gotta go. Because I don't like your attitude. Like, this is like the first week or two that we're talking, and you already just keep coming with too many red flags and bad vibes and stuff. So you know what? I gotta go. You gotta go. I gotta go. Everybody got to go because you do it too fucking much. Not you assuming I gotta OF. Just because you heard videos? Is that the only videos people could have? She could have been talking about my Instagram videos. What if I was like a funny Instagrammer, a funny TikToker or something? It's so many other videos he could have been talking about. And your first mind is like, oh, she do videos? She has a OF. Like, boy, bye. But yes, y'all, that is the end of my story time. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Make sure you thumbs up to this video. Comment down what you would have did in a situation like this. Would you would have gave him another chance and just explained to him that you got a YouTube channel? Or would you would have cut him off like I did? Make sure you are subscribed. Since this is still Black History Month, y'all know I still got to give another shout out. So, my last shout out for Black History Month is going to go out to Garrett Morgan. Basically, it's saying that if you survive either of the world wars, you have to give thanks to Garrett because he was the one who invented the gas mask, y'all. Not only did he create the gas mask, he also created the safety hood to help firefighters navigate through smoky buildings, and later he modified it to carry its own air supply, making it the world's first effective gas mask. So the people who survived the wars that wore the gas mask, and all of the firefighters out here that has this protection, so they're able to run into the buildings to save anybody or to protect anybody. We got to thank Garrett Morgan for that. So thank you for helping these people be able to breathe through all this smokiness and all this other stuff. Now, some of y'all be using them gas masks to get a little high. And that's cool. But just make sure you thank Garrett for that. Because, listen, he started this. Okay? But might I add, let me add a third thing, because you know he doing his big one. Morgan doing his big one. They said he also had the good sense to add a third position to the traffic signal. They said back then traffic signals just indicated stop or go. And they said because he invented that third traffic signal, that further reduced automobile accidents. What? He is a triple threat. He got 3 things he invented. So thank you so much, Garrett Morgan. All right. Happy Black History Month. All right, y'all. But y'all already know that is the end of my video. until, since some of y'all be in my comment like, why you keep saying until? Y'all, because that's just how I talk. Until next time, until next time, until the next time your baby daddy start paying bills. He keep telling you, next time, baby, I got you. I'm going to pay the bills next time. I'm going to pay the rent next time. I got you. Next time. And then next time never come. You want to leave my videos talking about it's until, not until. Whatever the till, Emmett Till. Hey, shout out to Emmett Till, though. I started to do a true crime story on him. But, I was getting emotional when I started really learning everything that he went through. It was a little bit too much for me. So, but I was going to do a story time on his whole situation for Black History Month. But maybe next year. Maybe next year. But anyways, okay, y'all. Until next time. I'll see you in my next video. Peace.